Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining, everybody. And we are back for another Tuesday discussion where everything we talk about on Tuesdays is community generated from questions that we get on YouTube, Patreon, or Instagram. So if you have a question, hey, leave it in the comments. I try to take a log of these things so I can get back to them. Today's question is coming from Patreon. Top Dog, thank you, Top Dog, for submitting a question here. And what Top Dog was interested in knowing is if the marketing on bottles is something that I even notice anymore. Does the marketing attract me? Do I ever buy a bottle because of the marketing, because of the colors, because of the bottle shape? Is that something that even, penetrates my mind anymore? Or am I so oblivious to it that it doesn't actually influence my purchasing decisions? So I walked around my bar downstairs and I tried to find examples where, you know what? I think the marketing did get me. These are all examples from the last 18 months. And we're going to go over what these five bottles are and why they caught my attention due to something about the bottle design. So thank you for joining me today, whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. All right. So, just to recap, we are going to go over some bottles whose design and marketing caught my eye and was one of the reasons why I purchased that bottle. Now, it took me a long time to find five examples of this. For the most part, no brands are really surprising me anymore. I know most of the brands on the shelf. I've gone through the labels. If it is a new brand on the shelf, I'm checking the bottle, trying to get a sense of if it's sourced, if it's their own thing, if it's, how old it is, all those type of details that I can. I want those details versus buying it just because I like the bottle. But there have been times where I really wanted that bottle on my shelf, or the bottle caught my eye as I was walking through a store, and something else about that bottle eventually inspired me to purchase it. So each one of these will have its own unique reason as to why it caught my eye and why I purchased it. And I am interested to hear the same from you in the comments below. So if you have a bottle that the marketing itself really stuck out and was one of the primary reasons that you purchased it, what was that bottle? What was that brand? Curious to know. So be sure to come back. The first one I'm going to highlight here, and maybe this one's a little cheat for a little bit here, but I love it so much. It is the Gatsby, the Remus Gatsby. I know it's in this chintzy box here. Like, for such an expensive product, this box just feels like it could fall apart at any time. But it opens up into this beautiful noir style bottle that I just absolutely adore. So the hotel that my wife and I got married in is also got this noir style, as if it's from, straight out of the 20s. I mean, I just love that bottle design. I didn't have the Volstead when it came out. So when the Gatsby came out, I was really, really excited for it. And hey, what's inside of it, of course, I love as well. 16 year, 15 year MGP. And that's not too bad either. I'm going to pour a little bit of this and enjoy it while I'm talking to you here. So this was an example, though, where it was like, I really want that special release because this bottle is just so dang beautiful. And this cork could definitely kill somebody. That thing is so heavy. So that's one. The next one that I'm going to highlight shouldn't be too much of a surprise, but it is the hard truth. So with the hard truth, one of the things that did catch my eye immediately is the name, Hard Truth. It was so refreshing at the time that I saw this brand the first time that somebody had kind of that original name. They weren't trying to be this person in history with this story and how they fit into the bourbon lore and all that kind of thing. They were just like, here's who we are. We're the Hard Truth. I like that. On top of that, too, I mean, the design itself, the way you're able to grip it, and this beautiful cork caught my eye as well. I mean, this thing is just beautiful. So they caught me with the marketing. Now, I saw it at first, it caught my eye, the brand got imprinted in my brain. And then people started recommending it to me. So when they started recommending it to me, hey, you heard about Hard Truth? Hey, you heard about Hard Truth? Yeah, I heard about it. I saw it. I saw it on the shelf. I had it in my hands. I love the bottle. And now that you're recommending it to me, I'm going to go back this week and buy one. And then I went back the next week and bought one. And then I went back the next week and bought one. And then I went back the next week and bought one. And you should know that because, we did all the reviews earlier this year, one after another as I worked my way down the line. The next one I'm going to highlight is Bad Tom Smith. So look at how unassuming this is. If you see that on the shelf, it does blend in a little bit. It's like, ooh, who's Bad Tom Smith? Why is that going to catch my eye? What is that? There's a whole lot going into this thing. But you know what they did really well? Look at that age statement on the front of it there. So I passed that on the shelf. 128 proof, 7 years old. Who are you, Bad Tom Smith? I kind of want to get to know you a little bit more. Maybe you're one of those sneaky brands that has really good MGP and nobody's touching you because the label, isn't just catching their eye. So grab that bottle, you turn it around, look at those details. Let's see if it gives me the details I want. Oh, yeah. Distilled in Indiana. And oh, yeah, it's the wheat mash bill. 45% wheat, 51% corn, 4% malted barley. So there you go. Between the year on the front, the proof, exactly what the mash bill is, and who distilled it, you are coming home with me, Bad Tom Smith, and you have heard me rave about this bottle all year. This one is so sneaky good, and it was only like $60. There are other people selling the MGP wheat for so much more. So I do have a tendency to pick out brands that I've just never seen before. Marketing, I like it or not. It's something new, and it might be sneaky, and it might be something really, really good in there. And I think this is an example of that. Another one that caught my eye due to the bottle shape and the marketing was recently the Detling. So this is one I had never seen on the shelf before over at the Party Source here in Kentucky. If you've been to the Party Source before, they have hundreds and hundreds of feet along the wall of these bottles. I have walked those store shelves so much that I essentially memorized the store shelves. So when something new pops up on the shelf, I immediately take a look at it. So this one caught my eye first just due to the clean marketing. Once again, not trying to go over the top, just trying to be true to itself. The stubby bottle, the wax. I was like, what is this one? So reached up and grabbed it. Is this a source product? What is this new thing? Why haven't I seen it before? Reading the details, it's 62 months old. It's 57 proof. It's a cast strength single barrel from Alabama, and it's distilled and aged by themselves in Alabama. It's like, whoa, wait a second here. Almost 6 year Alabama whiskey? What am I getting myself into? And what was interesting is when I grabbed this one and I took it off the top shelf and I was staring at it for a little bit, one of the sales associates walked by me, noticed that this one was in my hand, and he was like, "You probably want that one." I was like, "Really? Like, what is it?" He's like, "It's a 6-grain bourbon coming out of Alabama. It's going to taste straight like coffee and chocolate. You're going to want that one." I was like, holy crap, that's a lot more information there. 6 grain, you know, chocolate and coffee, all these flavors that I love that Darrell despises. I can't wait to buy this and put it into a blind for him multiple times. So, yes, this marketing got me. The bottle shape got me. The wax got me. The label got me. Everything got me. And because I was holding it in my hand at that particular moment, it caught the sales associate's attention as well that I was holding this, and they recommended it to me. And now, you know, I am almost halfway through the bottle, and Darrell is responsible for just a few ounces of that. All right. Last one I'll highlight where the marketing totally got me. These rare characters. So this rare character bottle, I just kind of fell in love with it at the start. The fact that they replaced the whole tater sticker and incorporated it into the label. And in this particular one, it's a painting of the Roebling Bridge that rests between Cincinnati and Covington, Kentucky. And I walk on this thing at least once a week, typically on my lunch break. I will walk down the bridge and I will come back to go to work. And that's how I get some steps in. So I just have a, reaction to anything that is marketed towards the Roebling Bridge. It's really, really going to attract me. So, of course, this one caught my eye. And just the fact that they incorporated the sticker and every bottle of rare character has its own personality. I love it. Another example of a rare character I couldn't resist buying is right behind me. This is one from the Bourbon Junkies, but they use that exact same space for some Cuphead heart. Once again, you're just pulling my heartstrings here, putting Cuphead on everything. Oh, I got the Roebling Bridge. I've got Cuphead. I mean, come on, who doesn't want that on their bottles? I want that on my bottles. So, those would be 5 examples where the marketing is the reason that this bottle ultimately made it home to me one way or another. So, interested in hear in the comments, which ones recently have you fallen in love with? Why did you fall in love with it? And let us know that brand and that bottle. Once again, if you do have any questions as well that we can answer with the Tuesday discussion too, always interested, always listening. So thank you for joining me today, whiskey friends. I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody.